Good morning. This is Kelland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day. Pfizer says its COVID-19 vaccine works for children ages 5 to 11. The vaccine maker said it plans to seek authorization for this age group soon in the U.S., Britain, and Europe, a key step toward beginning vaccinations for kids. The Pfizer and BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is already available for anyone 12 and older.
Pfizer studied a lower dose of its 2-dose vaccine in more than 2,200 kindergartners and elementary school-aged kids. The kids developed coronavirus-fighting antibody levels just as strong as teenagers and young adults. The city of Brookings is incorporating an incentive program into their efforts to get people vaccinated.
The city is giving away both cash and college scholarships as a way to get their community members to get vaccinated. So far, they have over 2,000 people enrolled in the program.
So I think that's a great response to this initiative, and we hope to only see that number increase over the next few weeks. Once again, doing what we can do early on to prevent the spread within our community.
The money is coming from the American Rescue Plan funds designated to the city. Musicals scheduled in South Dakota's two largest cities have either been postponed or canceled due to the coronavirus. A musical that was set to run this weekend at the Orpheum Theater in Sioux Falls was postponed to September 29th and 30th after 2 members tested positive for COVID-19. The production of Lost in Vegas, held by local theater company Lights Up, held its opening run last weekend in front of about 200 people each day.
In Rapid City, the Black Hills Community Theater had canceled all planned performances of the musical Matilda following the increased spread of COVID-19 infections in the region. Theater officials say the musical involves many younger people who are not yet eligible for vaccinations. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Brian Karstens in the Storm Center for a look at this morning's round of rain in southeastern KELOLAND. Brian?
Yeah, that rain continues to fall here across many areas. Let's look at that with KELOLAND Live Doppler HD and the rainfall estimates. And so far, the airport in Sioux Falls checking in now at 3,500. It's just after 7 o'clock. And Yankton Airport's about 7/10 of an inch. But between Yankton and Sioux Falls, we've had some locations easily over 1.5 inches of rain. Mitchell, Chamberlain, Huron, not so much. We've had some scattered showers. We've had the wind, too. Take a look at some of these late evening and overnight wind gusts. 50 to 70 miles per hour in the Rapid City area. That wind hit the Pier area over 60 at times after midnight, and then it moved through Aberdeen, and now Sioux Falls is getting a little breeze out of the northwest, and that's going to be the trend today. Well, we won't see that strong of winds, but 15 to 30 will be pretty common. Afternoon temps fall like in the 60s. More on weather in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. 1 person is dead and 2 others are hurt in a crash east of New Underwood, South Dakota. Just after 8:30 Saturday night, a car was heading east on I-90 when it went off the road and rolled. The 3 people inside the car were thrown.
A 15-year-old passenger was pronounced dead at the scene. The 18-year-old driver and a second 15-year-old passenger suffered serious, non-life-threatening injuries. They were taken to a Rapid City hospital. Charges are pending against the driver. 2 families in Box Elder were forced from their home following a Sunday morning fire. Just after 11 a.m., the Box Elder Volunteer Fire Department was called to a home in the northern part of town for reports of a fire. Crews arriving on scene found fire burning in the house.
Firefighters were able to stop the fire from spreading to nearby homes, and no one was hurt. The Black Hills Fire Chaplains Association and American Red Cross are assisting the families. Authorities say 2 South Dakota State prison inmates who drove away from a community service project are back in custody. Thomas Wilson and Peyton Laird were assigned to a task in Sioux Falls when they stole a car and drove away Friday morning. The 2 men were arrested Sunday in the Rapid City area and are currently being held in the Pennington County Jail.
The vehicle was recovered in Pennington County. The 32-year-old Wilson is serving sentences for possession of a controlled substance and forgery from Pennington County. The 22-year-old Laird is serving sentences related to second-degree burglary and possession of a controlled substance from Minnehaha County. That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, well, we're looking at those showers and thunderstorm areas east of Pierre, towards Sioux Falls and Yankton, Watertown. I think right now that the best collection of these will be this morning, east of the Missouri River Valley. You can see West River. Spotty rains are perhaps part of the afternoon forecast, but these northwest winds will be ushering in drier weather. Not to say it can't rain off and on in the Black Hills a bit here yet into the afternoon. And maybe just a touch of snow in the northern hills. There's even that possibility because that air is getting quite a bit colder aloft. And we think that tonight will yield lows near 36 in probably right now, looking at the latest on that, Custer at 36 and probably Lee Deadwood in that same category. Otherwise, tomorrow morning, northwest winds will still be in the offing and a fall-like forecast. Yes, indeed. We'll continue the trends there to some pretty pleasant temperatures if you like these cooler numbers. Highs today, 64 in Aberdeen, 68 Pierre, 63 Rapid City. Lows tonight dropping back in those 40s. Watertown there at 43. Sioux Falls area nearing 50. Tomorrow, we're back in the mid-60s to around 70 degrees, and the winds here a little bit on the lighter side. Here's that 7-day forecast. 72 Wednesday, 76 on Thursday, and then we drop it off to 70 on Friday and Saturday. And overnight lows here, a lot of mornings in the 40s, so we'll take note of that. Aberdeen, mainly a dry week ahead. We warm up to Thursday to 77, but another cold front coming in, and that should trim our numbers a few degrees on Friday and Saturday. Also, that effect in Pierre will be found on the 7-day forecast, but nothing major for hot weather or nothing too cold here. And so enjoy, I think, a very pleasant week of numbers in the Rapid City forecast. 80 on Wednesday and 78 on Thursday. Check out the details, our latest Storm Center update right now at KENDLELAND.com.